What's up and what's happening, Leader Square? My name is Alex Seal, and I'm excited to be joining you guys once again for another episode of The Dose. The Dose is designed to help you get better just a little bit each and every day. It's my goal and it's my passion, and I'm driven by your success. I'm driven by the results that you're going to create in your organization and the lives that you have the chance to influence and to impact. On today, I'm going to do something a little different. I recently joined a community on Reddit, and I like to read the stories and the comments that are there. They're actually pretty good. And today I want to draw from one comment in particular, and I'm going to try to put it up on the screen somewhere around in here, wherever it lands. You guys will see that. But before I do that, again, I don't want to take for granted your time. Thank you so much for making us a part of your leadership development, being a part of Leader Square. If you're not a part of Leader Square and you're listening to this broadcast via your podcast app, head over to tpenow.com and get signed up by going to the menu, going to groups, and looking at the group list and finding Leader Square. You can get joined in with us. There's a free trial available for you guys. Just head on over there, get signed up, and then you'll be able to enjoy the video form of this content and much more. We have coaches that have over 50 years of combined experience in the area of organizational leadership, organizational development. And if you have an interest in growing a business, if you have an interest in growing yourself, this is something that you definitely want to take advantage of. And so I want to really quickly, again, talk about this idea of trimming the tree. We're during the holiday season right now, and there's, we're doing the, if this is aligns with your beliefs, you're doing Christmas, you might have a Christmas tree up. But this is not only applicable to that idea, but this is also applicable to the idea of gardening in general. If you talk to people who grow rose bushes or grow trees or plants, they talk about this idea of pruning and the necessity of it. You prune for the necessity of making sure that you're cutting off any dead weight, or you're making sure that you can allocate key resources to the parts of the plant or parts of the tree that need the most. And so I want to read this comment to you guys that I found on Reddit. It says, "How do I talk to employees who don't pull their weight and get defensive with any feedback? I have a couple of employees who seem like they try their hardest to do everything possible to slow us down and do absolutely the least they can get away with. Often just standing and chatting while prep is needing to be done, letting dishes pile up, letting the dining room become a mess, etc. I have to micromanage every second of their shifts despite having detailed checklists for each shift. The rest of my staff are really efficient and get resentful and aggravated when they work with them. I have tried to pull them to the side and being constructive, but they go so slow they still can't get the basic checklist done. When I bring it up to one in particular, gets super defensive and irritated and will snap at me or backtalk and take zero accountability. I am at my wit's end." Now, I don't know about you, but I'm sure I have encountered this team member several times in our organization, and it's never easy. Particularly, I'll just say this, when I keep going back to this, working for the world's most caring company, we like to try to see the best in everybody that's in our employ. We'd like to try to see the best of everybody that's in our care. Just being a people person, just prioritizing people's success. You want to see everyone succeed. You want to try to give people chances, give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're having a bad day, a bad week, bad season. But at the end of the day, when we perpetuate and allow certain attitudes, certain mindsets, and certain ways of doing things exist within our organization, it could not contribute well to the results that we're trying to generate. And so there's three key things that I want you to think about when you have a teammate or a coworker that fits the bill of this description in this comment. What do you do? What could some of the things that could happen from allowing that person to stay on board with your staff? So number one, and this is a pretty obvious one to me, is poor customer experience. When you allow people who are not productive, who do not abide by the systems that you've put in place to try to make your organization more efficient. And ultimately, when you're trying to create more efficiency, you're creating productivity, you're creating more resources from a labor spend opportunity to be able to back into the business as it relates to how well you serve your clientele or your customer. When you have people that are working against that, it makes it really hard to pour as much, number one, as much of the resources that you want to put into the experience. And then number two, those individuals who are underperforming, they in turn impact the guest experience or the customer experience in a negative way. So you want to make sure that you are understanding that by allowing people to stay on your staff that do not promote positive work activities, that do not promote positive work actions, will provide a poor customer experience. Number two, they become a bottleneck for growth. When you have folks who are not dialed into the vision and not dialed into what it takes to make your organization productive, to make the things that you want to do come alive, when they are thinking more about themselves and how comfortable they want to make themselves and not pushing themselves like everyone else is to make things better for the organization and to continue to prioritize the key the performance indicators for the organization, you allow a bottleneck to exist by not addressing that individual or those sets of individuals appropriately. So you've got to realize that any growth that you're wanting to have in your organization may not be completely stopped, but it will be stifled. It will be slowed, and so you want to make sure you're considering that as you ponder on allowing a person to stay on or move on from in your organization. And last but certainly not least, when you have people like this on your team, when they don't care about getting the checklist done, when they don't care about working arm in arm with their fellow teammates about getting things done in the organization, they become cancerous. And so what I mean by when I say that is they have the opportunity to impact your teams in a negative way because they are doing things that the team knows isn't right, but that when those other team members see you allowing those things, that incentivizes them to slack off too. You might have a good set of team members who have integrity, who won't slack off, who look at themselves and know that they're measured by the things that they do. But you also have a segment of the team that will look at those individuals who aren't being held accountable, who aren't being held to the high standard that you have within your organization, and they're going to immediately say, well, if they're getting away with it, I can get away with it too. And so then you create this snowball effect of issues that is going to be larger than you would like to deal with, just because you didn't choose to deal with the issue in the beginning when it was small. I always say this, and recently in the country, there's been wildfires within the last 2 or 3 years. In California or this place or that place, there's been just wildfires. Do you not understand that wildfire usually probably started with a fire about this big, but someone wasn't there to put it out, and it just spread and grew into this overwhelmingly large disastrous thing that a lot of people can't handle, and it's consuming homes, and it's consuming residences for wildlife. And so when you have the opportunity to nip that stuff in the bud, it is at your advantage to do so. So I want to encourage you guys, trim the tree whenever you have people on your staff, when you have people that are in your organization that are not pulling their weight, that are not willing to do the basic things that it takes for your organization to be productive, because you are creating more than one problem when you allow those people to exist in your organization. All right, guys, I sure hope something was said during this time that it will help you pivot into your next, that will help you see that your journey in leadership is real, that is valuable, and the better you become, the better your organization will become. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. My name is Alex. You can catch the dose twice a week here on Leader Square. We also will be on your favorite podcast platform twice a week. Until next time, Leader Square. Peace.